Hey there, and welcome to the Building Thriving Lifestyles podcast. I'm your host, Eiki, and I help people and small businesses how to use systems, consistency, and kindness to a more thriving approach, both to achieve big goals and to get magical results. So lean back and let's dive into today's topic that hopefully will leave you empowered to chase your big dreams compassionately, achieve your goals, all while being in balance with yourself and those that you care about. Good morning, Ayman. How are you doing today?
I'm very good. How are you, Ake? Long time.
It's not been that long, honestly.
For me, it is. Come on. Anything more than 1 month, it's long. I used to see you every day. So
This is
come
true.
on.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for jumping on this call with me. I guess it's a 2-for-1. You get to see me and I get to get all your life story in one.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Noel, for inviting me and for having me on your podcast. So I really appreciate it. I feel important.
You are important, and you even look much more important. I look like a homeless person.
It's just you called me at work. Yeah. So just prove for everyone that I actually do work.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's good. I know there are some naysayers out there.
Yeah.
That think you don't work. Well, if you had to explain to someone who doesn't know you, who is Ayman and what's your life about, how would you even start that story?
Oh my God. All right. Do you have enough time on your podcast? No,
Yeah.
we are limited with time.
No problem.
All right. No, honestly, okay. Ayman is actually a very, oh my God, where to start? Okay, he's a guy that is interested in doing maybe exceptional things or to just change the status quo by doing something different and something which is not the norm or break the mainstream. Like if I would call it this way, if I may say that. So yeah, I'm trying to do something a bit different in terms of work, in terms of personal life, in terms of, I just hate hate is a strong word. I don't like the mainstream, or I don't like all the normal things that everyone did it. No, I want to do something different, something maybe no one did it before, or maybe someone did, but it's not well known to everyone. So just to do something different and be an example for either my kids or for someone else that might benefit out of my experience or story or life. And then hopefully one day someone will say, oh, there was a guy called Ayman, he did this and it actually worked. So we can do the same. So I hope that answers your question.
It does answer my question, but that's only because I know you. So we're going to have to dive a little bit deeper. Where do you think that kind of comes from? Like, where did you grow up and how come did you get into trying to change stuff?
All right. That's a very good question. So I grew up in Egypt, a very modest family, but I have a very interesting character at home, which is my dad. Of course, he played a big role in my life. For me, he is someone that tried to do a lot of things, but he was limited with the resources, limited with what he can do. But he tried to change. He didn't want the same kind of Egyptian culture that we're living in to just be the norm of our lives. So he was like, oh no, I don't like this. I want to change this for my kids. I don't believe in this. I want something else. I want something better. And he was doing whatever he can do to get us out of this, as we call it, the status quo, or how people in Egypt live.
What is that?
I think that
because we have so many international listeners. Like, what is the status quo for Egypt? Like, what are we trying to break out of here?
So basically, it's like most of the Arab countries, or Egypt is counted one of them. It's just, all right, when any couple get married and they have kids, all right, so yeah, you need to get married, you need to have kids, they need to go to school, and then they need to work, and then to get married and have kids, full stop. That's it. Okay, what is the purpose of life? What should they do? Oh no, they need to work as either a doctor or an engineer to be like elite, and anything else, it doesn't count. So if, for example, someone didn't like to be a doctor or an engineer, oh no, so he won't be able to make it, unfortunately. These kind of things, and there is that kind of culture that, oh, you need to work hard and do whatever you can do to reach that elite level, and then you'll be able to just make it, and then you'll be able to live a life, and then you get married. And by the way, this is for the girls as well, but it's a bit even worse for the girls or for the ladies. Oh, she needs to do everything. Yeah, that's fine. She will get education, but at the end of the day, she will get married and be a housewife. And like, of course, this is changing now, but not as we would like to. It is changing. I have to admit this, but it's not in the same speed that we want. Still, there is some people, and you'll be surprised that there is some people in my generation as well, not even my dad's generation or my mom's generation. They still think the same. They still think that, oh yeah, but at the end of the day, my girl will get married. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. You see, this is the purpose only. Yes, that's fine. I have nothing against that. But still, I feel that life should have way more purpose than just that. We have to have something that to lead by example for someone else, or just to have that kind of, all right, it's not all mainstream. It should not all be the same. We are different, but we've been created different. Everything is not the same. If we're all the same, then that's the ultimate boring thing ever. We are different, right? Like imagine living in a life that everyone is exactly the same. Like all the people are doctors, or all the people are engineers. Then this is nothing. Won't be life. We've been, in my opinion, we've been created to help each other. We have to have different kind of expertise. Like imagine life without plumbers.
Yeah.
Imagine. Like, oh no, you should not be a plumber because this is not that great. Oh, you should be
with
nothing against plumbers, of course. Can you imagine?
Yeah, it would be a shit show. Like literally.
Exactly. It would be literally a shit show. So I'm a big believer in this, and I felt like, back to the original story about my dad, I felt that my dad had that in mind, that he wanted to do many things, but he was limited maybe with the resources. He didn't have all the tools in hand and the right education to change things. So I just want to think that I will take that legacy and maybe take it forward and try to do things differently. Maybe I will be that example, and maybe I will give that example to my kids. And then when my kids grow up, and then there will be that legacy, though there's no mainstream. There will be something different to be done here. We don't have to be just that kind of, what do you call it?
Like no pieces in a puzzle.
Yes, exactly.
That we're all unique, but we're not just like, we're not meant to be just bricked together and life doesn't end where you're, married. That's not the...
That's not it. Yes, it's part of it. And again, nothing against it. It's just, if this is the purpose, if this is what you're looking for, if this is what you want, and if this is the thing that you want to do, then definitely do it. But have to be your purpose. This is what you want, not because this is what I've been told, or not because this is how my country or my culture or my people did it.
Yes.
That's my opinion about that. So that's
So I'm hearing you say a little bit like that you learned from your dad that you wanted to kind of carve your own journey, that you just wanted to make some informed decisions about where you're going, and not necessarily because someone said this is how it's supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah. Got you.
I hope that answers your question.
It does. It does. Where do you have a very interesting start of how you got to work? And how you got to where you're working today.
Yes.
Do you want to share that with us?
Yes, absolutely. No problem at all. Yes, that was, again, I think, my dad going to be the superstar of the episode
Mr.
today.
Hosmaldini, I know.
All right. So basically it started with, again, my dad didn't want the normal way of doing things for his kids as well. And that starts when the moment I was 16 years old. And, back home, once you're 16, you get your ID.
Your adult.
So now you are a person.
Yes.
Yeah. You have a national number. So.
Oh, you only get that when you're 16?
Yes.
What are you until you're 16?
No, you will have your birth certificate.
Okay.
But by the way, this is in my days now. They've introduced something else, which is the national number. Yes, but you will get it once you're born.
Okay,
and then
I was going to say.
Stay with you until you get your ID and stuff. But in my days, we used to have like a paper ID. Literally, it's a piece of paper with a photograph stapled into it.
That's
So
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is
I
just
can
to
see
say
how
that
this
how
works.
old I am.
Yeah. But it's
But
kind of
yeah,
like you
so
passed into adulthood. They were like, okay, this one is meant to survive. Here you go. You get your
there you
ID.
go. Yes, you deserve your ID now. So yeah, when I was 16, my dad was like, all right, that's the end of an era for you. You're not a kid anymore. You will not have like, I still have school, by the way. I still at school, of course, studying like any other normal kid. But then he said, no more pocket money for you. You need to earn your income. And I was like, oh, all right. How are we gonna do that? I'm in school. How I can work? Yeah, you still can work while you study. For us, by the way, in Egypt, that's taboo. That's
Yeah.
something weird. What do you mean work when you're 16? That's
Yeah.
unless you're homeless
Yeah.
or you don't have a family to take care of you, then
Yeah.
you'll do that. But if you have a family and you're okay, then why?
Yeah.
But then my dad has that vision of no, he needs to understand the power of earning, that you need to work hard so you can earn money. It's not like there's nothing in this life will come easy to you. So he's a chartered accountant, by the way, and he had his own like office or company, and he got introduced into the insurance business. And the moment I turned 16, he told me, I want you to take care of that. And I was like, I don't even know what insurance means, but what is this? All right, fine. I will sit with you. I'll explain everything to you. And then I want you to start working in that insurance business, and each and every policy that you're going to sell or talk about, or if you manage to land a deal, you'll get part, which was commission. So this is how it's all started with me with the insurance.
Yeah.
And I was, of course, I was playing sports. I didn't mention that. So I started with the swimming since I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the swimming team. And then when I was 10 years old, I got recruited into the water polo team. So this was something I been always doing, training 6 a.m., 6 p.m. And then once I was 16 and I was in the like the main team of the club at that time that I was playing for, this is when my dad told me, all right, you have to work. And I was like, I have training, I have study, how am I going to work? I was like, yeah, use your friends, use your contacts. This is actually, you have to look at this as an opportunity. I was like, what, how? Like, I will go and speak to my friends and
about insurance.
Anyways, at that time, for me, that was like crazy. Why is he doing that to me? And it was completely like, what is this? What is this? This is not normal. Anyways, all that stopped the moment by coincidence, and I still remember this very vividly. One of my friends in the team, he just told me that his dad got a new car. And I was like, automatically asked him, does he have insurance on that car? I was like, I don't know. He just bought it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, great. Is your dad coming today to pick you up? Yeah. All right. I will come and say hi. And then this guy came and he was very nice to me, of course. And I asked him, oh, congratulations, uncle. We used to call like, it's like, hi, uncle. How are you? Congratulations on the new car. By the way, did you buy any insurance in this? I was like, why are you asking? And I was like, I'm just like, I'm now working with my dad on that insurance thing. And you have to have insurance. It's very important. But God forbid if you made any accident or anything, that will be bad. So you need to have insurance. I was like, actually, I don't have insurance. And yes, please, can you show me something? So I was like, yeah, fine. And then we exchanged numbers. There was no mobile phones, by the way, at that time. So I was just a landline.
Yeah. I'm that old too, so I remember.
So yeah, honestly, this is how it's all started. The guy was really, really nice. And he insisted that I will be the one to do the whole thing from A to Z. It was a struggle in the beginning. Can you imagine like 16 years old going through like paperwork and stuff? And I thought that this is too big. I was like overwhelmed. But then the moment all this just happened and we issued the policy and I got my first commission, I think this was the turning point. I was like, all right, actually, that's not bad.
Combining all your favorite things in one.
Exactly. So this is when it's all started with the insurance business. And here we go. Fast forward. I'm still in the insurance business, but now I'm in life insurance business. But of course, things got developed and I started to understand insurance more. And then beside my school and my training, insurance became part of my life. And I think I have to thank my dad for all this, because now among anyone in the same age, they don't have the same insurance experience that I had, just because I started early.
Yeah.
The only reason for this is I just started very early, understanding this concept and why insurance is important. But of course, will be for a different episode to talk about insurance and how insurance is very important to everyone. I don't want to sell insurance now on that one.
If I get a lot of requests, then we'll come back on and talk all about insurance.
Exactly. More than happy.
Life insurance and car insurance, and different generations of them.
Exactly.
A little bit about your work. And I just really love that story, because it kind of like shows how that your mentality with like working hard, but also working smart, and kind of combining your strengths with, you're a really social person. You like to talk to everyone. So like it comes very naturally to you to go talk to dad of a friend and make your first sale that direction.
Exactly. Honestly, this is something that I got to know a bit later, honestly, in the journey of knowing yourself. Because sometimes you just feel that, all right, I have a skill, and not knowing it's a skill, but you just do this naturally. And then you get to know that actually this does not come easy to everyone. Not everyone is comfortable talking that much. And then once you get to know yourself and actually spend more time to understand human beings and different personalities and stuff like this, all right, so you need to actually utilize whatever the strength that you have, and you think that's normal. No, it doesn't come. And that's the very reason why we're different. Like, you have someone who actually is not that social, but they're very good with numbers and sitting down and doing things. And we have a different person that is very good in talking to people. So he will be the one to be able to explain things to people. So imagine that differences are not there. Again, boring, everyone the same. So or so I think that too.
Not even everyone is same. Like if you make the person who is not good with talking to people, if they go in a forward-facing job, like for example selling insurance, then they're miserable because they're having to do something every day that they absolutely hate. Like it's not just like, it's not even just like that everyone is the same. It's like making unhappy people by making everyone do the same.
Exactly. No, I completely agree. And even if, because I'm a big believer in like impossible is nothing. Yes, you can make a person that is not okay with that to be good at this, but the amount of effort that he will have to do to get comfortable in front of people, it's horrendous.
Yeah.
So of course, being smart is to work on something that comes natural to you. I think this way, but
or leans into your strength. Of course, there can be something we have to improve on, but like leans 100%. Into your strength.
Exactly. Okay. I agree.
Absolutely. But what do you like to do when you're not selling insurance?
Oh, all right. So basically, three things. I will start with being with my wife, my lovely wife. Yes, that's one of the main things that I would do.
You get me right in there, check.
Yes.
It's on the list.
And of course, spending time with the kids will come, of course, with that as well. And then with that thing, of course, being in the gym, which is my happy place.
You even light up when you're saying it. You even light up when you say it.
Yeah, it's just honestly part of my life. I've been my whole life training, like since I just like the very first thing I remember was me going to the club and training. So this is my life. I've been always training 6 a.m., 6 p.m. every single day apart from Friday. So it's my whole life. Again, I know that some people, these things doesn't come easily to them, but I just, because I've been raised in that kind of, what is the right word? Mentality and this way of doing things. So you have to, before anything, you just need to train and then go on with your life. So that's why gyms have my happy place.
Absolutely. What do you, like you mentioned the family and you mentioned the gym and like work is obviously important to you. What do you think constitutes for you having like a thriving life, somewhere where you're feeling good and you're in balance? Like what elements need to be in place?
That's a very good question. Honestly, like I'll give you a very, very good example, which is yesterday. So yesterday we had a huge session in the morning. It was like a hybrid training kind of thing in the gym. So I went to the gym in the morning, did that hybrid session. It like took around 1.5 to 2 hours after like cooling down and everything. And then after that, I went back home, spent time with Mira, my wife, and then went outside for a little bit. We watched a movie, and then we came back, and then we'll spend some time with Murad, our lovely son. And then after a day, which have the main 3 things that you just think about in life, and the most 3 important things in life, you go to bed like I feel fulfilled, like I've done something great today. I train, spend time with the family, watch the movie, and yeah, what else do you need? And then you're like thankful and grateful and fulfilled that all this in your life. So those are the 3 elements that once it happens, then I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question, though.
It does. It's like you know what is that kind of ticks your boxes, and you aim to do more of it. So like if you are filming your Sunday, which was yesterday, because we're recording this on a Monday, just for the naysayers that say that you don't work, then you know how to kind of pour more into those cups.
Yes.
Is that
absolutely?
Yeah.
That's the right way. That's the better way of saying it. Yes.
No, I'm just rephrasing it, using your words though. But what do you sound like you've done a lot of like inner work. Like, do you know what your main values are? Like I can hear family and training and are like on the top of the list. Is there any more of those kind of values that you are aware of that you kind of do tend to try to fill more of in your life?
I think honesty is one of the big values that I believe in, and I just hope, I always have that hope in mind, like if everyone is very honest in what they say and what they do, and if in life, we will be in a way better place. It's just honesty is one of the values. Of course, hardworking or it's just hard work, but there is there is a thing that I used to, it's not a quote or anything, but you know, when we always used to hear, oh, you should work smart, not hard. And I kind of changed that in my values. It's not just about working smart. You need to work smart and hard in the same time. Because if you work smart without working hard, then still you're missing. You're missing out. You're missing out on something. So you need to work smart but hard at the same time. It's for me, intensity and consistency. So this is like, again, part of my value. It's just how to be consistent and like intense in the same time. It's consistency and intensity. It's not just consistency. Like
I get you. And you take that also into your both the exercise and family and quality time with the same attitude.
It's really hard when I'm having this conversation with you because you make me smile because you know everything about it. You know exactly how I am intense as a person in social gatherings with my wife, with my kids.
But it's not like the annoying type of intensity. It's like you're just really passionate about what you're doing. So like I know exactly. Yes. And I think like even just talking to you now, I know that there's the same kind of level of honesty and intensity that comes along with it. Do you think your values are different than other people's values? Do you think a lot of people share those values? Do you find yourself?
That's a very good one. But I need to. All right, without thinking too much to answer this one. Yeah. Honestly, no. I feel a bit different. Not everyone have. Of course, there is a lot of people have maybe similar values, but among my circle, I feel that I always been classified as different, like a bit unique. There is that bit. Maybe it's not related to the values. It's maybe how I execute my values. Because I see it very clear, and I do it very clear. Yeah. So it shows. Yeah. Maybe some people will have the same values, but they don't actually execute them or fulfill them in their lives, but they still have them.
Yeah. So they're there, but they're more like in the background, just like bubbling along. Whereas you're like, these are the important things. I'm going to do this, and this is how I'm going to live by them. Yeah, I got you.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
So that's maybe, the execution, that's a little bit different, possibly.
Exactly. I would say that. I would say the execution. And again, because execution, back to the values, is, if I may say, it is part of my values. Because I think there is a lot of people know a lot of good things, and they have all the information, and then they have all the values, that the good values that they know. But not everyone is actually executing or doing the actual thing that you know that it's the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, there is a lot of people, the right or wrong are very clear, right? People know that, oh, this is right, but are you doing the right thing? Are you executing this?
Executing, yeah.
And by the way, this happens in like work as well. Like, we had a meeting in the morning, and in theory, we're just discussing a new idea. And then in theory, looks amazing. How are we going to execute this, guys?
Yeah.
So it always comes naturally to me, all right, fine, I like the theoretical part of it. Then let's put it in action.
Action plan, yeah.
That's controls me in many things. And I'm using the word controls because this is how I see it. When we have a conversation with anyone, all right, fine, that's amazing. It sounds amazing. We need to
put it into action steps. How are we going to do this? Yeah.
Yeah. So execution plays a huge role in everything that I do, honestly.
Yeah. And that's maybe where the training, it makes it so evident. You're like, oh, I want to achieve this. I'm going to do this. Like, and to show up every morning, and I do this and this and this. And then later I'll get to the other goal that I'm trying to achieve.
Exactly.
Yeah. Has this mindset and kind of going intensely towards things with full throttle ever caused you trouble?
I knew that this question was coming. Yes. Unfortunately, yes.
What kind
but
of
I was
trouble?
lucky enough to meet you for that. Yeah, to just put things in perspective. So I will always be grateful for our meeting when we talked about this. Just to give the people, whoever is listening to this or seeing this, to just have a perspective of what was happening.
Fair.
Sometimes when you have, let's say, good traits, or you are very, very direct and consistent and intense about everything you do, unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword. If you lost your way into this, and all what you think of is just, hard work, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and it's like, all right, no, there's something else that I can add to that, this, and I will do more, and then I need, there's something else that I need to add it into the plan, and then you end up having a huge amount of things to do, and because you are an intense person and you believe in hard work, you're gonna do all of them. But unfortunately, and I will quote Ake saying this, more is not always better. Sometimes less is actually more. So yes, what happened is and this happened in my training specifically, I always had that in mind, that I want to be the fittest in my age. And I had that vision or dream that I will, in the sport that I do, which is CrossFit, that I need to reach that level. I felt that I've been doing sports my whole life. Yes, I did water polo, but then it stopped. And then I did some like intensity training and bodybuilding. But then when CrossFit introduced to me, and I was like, oh, I like this. This is my kind of, this is the sport that I like. It have like everything. I can do weightlifting. I can do a little bit of bodybuilding. I do intensity training. I can do gymnastics, swimming, running. That's it. Yeah. Like, that's heaven. That's the thing that I want. And I started doing it. Oh, right. Actually, I'm quite good at this. Like when you compare yourself to a normal CrossFit docs, when I started and I go there, all right, I'm actually pretty decent. Let's develop this. I like the sport more. Then I started like understanding more. I went and I did like my level 1 to just get more information. And then when I did that, now I can understand more things. Now I need to do more. And it kept building up until I got the competition aspect of that sport and being competitive, not just doing it for just the great good and just to be good and healthy my whole life, because I believe in this. You should do sports to just keep you healthy your whole life. This is something should be part of your life. But then there is another aspect to this kind of sport, which is competitions. Yeah. So I dove into this and then I was like,
Full
all
of
right,
intensity.
yeah, all in. I need to compete in that sport and I need to be great.
Yeah.
Of course, you have that deep dive into that sport, doing everything intense. And I'm guilty that came actually, like, you remember the values that I told you about, the family, the kids, the wife.
Yeah.
It actually, I started feeling that I'm paying the price of, oh, this is actually taking more time of everything. And fine, but I realized that later, by the way. So when I was doing it, it was like, all right, no, I have a certain goal. I need to be this. So I need to train, do extra stuff, like the extra curriculum. Oh, I'll do the accessories. Oh, there is this part in the weightlifting. Oh, there is this part of the gymnastics. And then fast forward, I followed a program which was made for elite athletes that actually going to the games. So this is their work. This is their life. They don't have anything else. They just do this for living. And I thought, I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it. But I have a family and I have a job. So I was stupid enough to think that I can do that. I did it for a while, but it came with a price. The price was that I put a lot on my body, and my body didn't take it, not because of the age or anything, but the amount of things that I was doing was too much, and I wasn't giving myself the right time to recover. So it came with the price, and that price was, apart from not spending enough time with the family and the kids and doing the other things that I really care about, was too much on the body that I start feeling numbness. And I actually got a huge injury, which is I torn my bicep. Yeah, I torn my bicep. That was like, it was a shock. I wasn't expecting this at all. It was a complete, at that time, of course, it was a complete disaster that, oh my God, all the dreams and all the things that you used to think about, it will not happen. You're injured now, you tore your bicep, and that's it.
You need surgery?
Yes, you need a real surgery actually to reattach your bicep back and fix your shoulder. So it's like, in that time, I thought it sets me back like 10 steps back. And I was like, oh man, no, that's not the right thing. Anyways, I came to the other side. Thankfully, the surgery went well. It was good. And then the rehab process started and I started getting back. But then this is when I met you, of course. And then I like to use that word, you streamlined what I was supposed to do in terms of not just the rehab. You made me think deeply about these things. All right, Ayman, are you a games athlete? I still remember this. Are you a games athlete? Do you get?
This is one of the confrontational conversation.
which worked 100%, and that's why I believe this. Sometimes you need someone to give you the truth, and that's why that truth is one of the most important things, and it's important in my values.
A different type of truth. Like it's obviously not the holy truth, but it's more like it's a different way to view it. Like when you're stuck in one way to viewing it, it's kind of like, okay, there's also more ways to view this. Like it's not
different perspective that you didn't look at it from the same perspective. And you made it very clear, Ayman, all right, are you a games athlete? Nope. Do you get paid for this? Nope. Why do you spend in the gym the same time as a games athlete that actually not get paid for? And I was like, it's not about the money or being paid, but that made me thinking.
Yeah, the insurance salesman came out and he was like, wait a minute.
It's all about utilization. If you're going to spend more money here, more time here, but the outcome is not equal to the amount spent, then definitely there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
And you're not just that. There is other things. And then I read more and I understand from you more. Being in that level, the amount of sacrifices that you need to do to reach is not easy. This is not easy. So fine, yes, it can be done, but you need to do 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to sacrifice this.
Yeah, are you willing to let go of your
Exactly. Are you willing
family
to let go
or
of the family, or the gatherings, or the time that you spend with your kids, the time you spend with your wife,
listen?
the weekends?
Okay.
Are you willing to, like, with work as well? This is something else on the side. Yes,
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to have more time on my hand
Also-
because my work is not like 9 to 5 sharp, but still, that takes a lot.
Listen.
And when you have that goal and only one goal and nothing else, there you have to sacrifice many other things. So you made it very clear when we had this like confrontational discussion.
Conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that makes sense. It was like a light bulb, you know, this aha moment. Aha, that's it. Now I need to. Funny enough, and I thank you so much for that. When we worked on streaming line, what I was doing, I actually got better.
Yeah.
It wasn't that result. I was amazed by it. How on earth I did less in the gym and I got better? For me, it was like a mind-blowing thing, because all I was getting is, when you do the hard work, you will get better results. But then here, when it comes to the hard work with smart, not just hard work, in fact, being smart and do the hard work, and not just be smart and do the hard work.
Is that the smart work and work hard? Like, is that a new addition to the value set? Is that come after? Was it just hard work before?
Yes,
okay, got you.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, that came after, because it's the two things. We talked about this. I mean, you don't need to do that, by the way. You need to just take this out of the way. Do this. You need to work because of your shoulder issue, and after the rehab, you had a shoulder mobility issue. You need to work on that, and that's it. And I remember putting the timer for me.
Yeah.
You have 20 minutes to do these things only, and then after that, you do the strength work, and then after that, you do the what. And I think that's it, enough for you. And then
go home.
When that happened, I got better. My shoulder got better. I got better in the sport that I actually like, and I was like, okay. So yes, by example, less is more. It's not about just spending the 6-7 hours in the gym doing this and this and this and this and this. And now, honestly, hand on heart, I don't know if this is age or because I'm still following the same thing. I promise you, the more I rest now, the better I am in the gym. I've seen it by example. The less time I spend there and I recover outside, the better that I am the next day in the gym. Or actually in like my cycle, my 12-week cycle, I feel like I'm better because I actually followed it and I didn't go like ham
on everything else.
So yeah, that's my journey, honestly, and that made a huge difference. Having that conversation with you and coming to you with that. I remember coming to you with many problems. Like I remember I have the tinglings in my hand. I cannot even put my hands above my head.
No, I still have those photos. Maybe I'll take them out.
So yeah, no. And then after sitting with you and having that streamlined kind of training, it did make a difference. Huge difference.
I was going to say, how are you doing on the fittest man in Egypt in your age category? How was that going?
It's amazing. And then here you go. I'm now for 2 years consecutively, I'm the fittest man in my age category in Egypt.
That's so good.
And that's of course that's an achievement that I am proud of. I know CrossFit doesn't look at the age category as much as they look at the individual, and I always feel like
it's your victory. It's not about CrossFit.
Exactly. And that's what I have to tell myself all the time. It's not forget about that individual thing and this, but it's just the competitive aspect that you have inside you.
You want recognition for it.
Yeah. But then
I'll send this to CrossFit Games just to make sure that they
please recognize that, man. He was So yeah, no, but honestly, once you achieve this, and I was like, all right, so it's not bad. It's just you need to keep doing what you're doing, and then maybe later I'll be the fittest in that age category, and then the next age category, because we're growing older. We cannot just underestimate this.
Yeah,
we're growing older, and if it's individual, I'm competing literally with people that are younger than me by at least 15 to 20 years. So there is no way that you will be in the same kind of level with these people. So it is a good thing that you're actually competing against the people in your same age, and then you see that, all right, I'm doing something good. Then how can we maintain this? How can I actually get better at this?
Yeah.
And once you see that it's getting better and better, and your graph is doing this, even if it's by small amount, it's still you're doing well. And that's what I'm trying to maintain now. Better every day. That's it. Than yesterday. That's my mantra now.
Just شوية better. Little bit.
شوية.
Little bit better.
Your Arabic is getting way better. You left the UAE and still your Arabic is better than how you're practicing.
Yeah, I talk on Zoom with the people every day with Arabic conversations. Yeah, no, it's like, it's just so good that you can, like, it's still mind-blowing to me. And even though I am the one who said to you, you know, are you working with this? You should reduce it. And like, I fully believed in it when I said it. But I think it's still like something to be said about actually reducing the amount of training that you do and being more intentional and enjoying life more and reaching your goals. It's not like either or. It's not like you have to work hard, sacrifice everything to get to the goal. You can actually do it all at the same time if you're like intentional and strategic about it.
100%. And to be very honest with you, when you said that in the beginning, I was like, there's no way. There's no way I would use all this and I'll get better. But then when it happened, that's why I'm saying it was mind blowing. So honestly, I hope whoever is listening to us or going to see this, just believe in the process. Just believe in it. I know it's a bit hard in the beginning. I was like, I used to spend 6 hours in the gym. Now it's only 2 or 3. How?
Yeah. What am I meant to do with the rest of my day?
And then you find, there is more time to do something outside the gym. There's more time to do with the family, with work, with. And then we underestimate the stress that we have on our body when we're just in the gym. Even if you're not doing the whole thing, but you are in the gym, you are in that exactly in that area. So it's the stimulus of the whole place is just feeding into you. And then your life will be a little bit more calmer, clearer, and then you're getting better. So as you said, you just got it all. You just need someone who understands to streamline and to put that process. And all you need to do is just trust the process and keep going with it. That's it.
That's it.
That what happened, and that what worked with me. And I hope it will work with everyone else that were in the same place.
Same place, yeah. Who and what is your biggest motivation to succeed? You kind of talked about you have like big goals, and your dad was very influential.
Yes, he was
but
influential.
Do you have some kind of like a motivation or an idol that you look up to?
I cannot say that I'm looking up to, but someone that I actually believe in what he's saying. It's honestly, I have nothing to do with sports. But this guy, there's actually 2 people. I cannot say what. I have to mention.
Yeah, that's fine.
Both of
Bring
them.
2.
Yeah, it's both of them are real. I love the work and what they say, and it just resonates with me on many different levels, not just in the gym or sports or anything. It's just in whole life, in your business life, in your personal life. Simon Sinek and Brené Brown. These two for me is just. I read all the books, and I examined all their theories in real life. With like most of the things, for example, that Brené Brown said when me and my wife discussed these things, it's just amazing how these things work. It's just their ability to put that in words and to make people understand this. And when you apply what they're saying in your life, either in the gym or outside the gym, in your personal life or at work, it does work. So, yeah, I hope this answers your question. These two
it does.
I love their work. I love what they're doing, and I
didn't know we were both in the Brené Brown club. I'm like, interesting. Yeah. This makes so much sense now.
Oh no, I love her books, and honestly, part of the things that made me realize a lot of things about myself was Brené Brown talking about knowing yourself and how to be like vulnerable, and it's not just go and I got this, and no, it's not about this. It's just understanding more about yourself and letting yourself go, and you are the man in the arena. You forget about what the other
Everyone
people
else
are
is saying,
talking. You are the man in the arena, so you just need to believe in what you're doing and not just have that mantra, and just remember to sit down, be vulnerable. If you're not good at things, then seek help, ask. And it worked.
Yes, but I'm hearing you say some kind of like combination of like be really tough and do the hard thing, but also sit down and reflect. So it's kind of like balancing those two.
Yes.
Not going full in on the vulnerable and always listening to what like everyone else is saying, but not all like only work hard. It's kind of finding that little balance between those two.
Which is honestly, again, this is one of the things I believe. This is life. Life is all about balance.
And
Think about anything to make it work perfectly is that balance. For the car engine to work perfectly, it needs to have that balance. If you put something more than the other, it won't work perfectly. So it's all about finding the balance, but finding the balance is not always an easy thing. So
no,
that's why, exactly. So all you need is just find that balance and fine tune until you reach that kind of, all right, that works. Let's do it. But bad news, it won't work all the time. You still have to keep fine tuning, because there is changing. Your life changes. Some other things will happen. Things will happen outside of your control, outside of your hands. Then you need to fine tune again to find the balance. So it's always a work in progress. This is what I believe in.
What tools do you use today to kind of help you find balance with, balancing your values, the family, training? Like, how do you know if you are all of a sudden spending more time in the gym or not enough time in the gym? How would you know?
Speaking to Mira, I always have...
She is the wise one. She is your balance.
Mira is always... Honestly, no. To be very honest with you, when we met and we talked about a lot of things, we share a lot of the same values. And I'm thankful for this, and I'm grateful that I met that person that shares the same values with me. And we agreed that we have to be, I won't say monitoring, but just
mirroring,
looking after each other. Exactly. Looking after each other. All right, by the way, you deviated a little bit here. I'm your team, and I'm telling you, you did this a little bit extra. And you need to trust that and listen. And then again, all right, no, I'll take it back a notch. So Mira is my thermometer. Let's put it this way. And we play that role in our lives. Like she's the same. She's all in when it comes to her work and what she believes in. And I was like, all right, Mira, I need to take it down a little bit. And then she'll be, all right, yeah, I understand. No, I believe in what you're saying. Yes, I actually deviated a little bit. And on the other hand, she will do with me the same. So we try
something like a weekly practice where you like reflect on how the week has gone. Is that more like a yearly thing? Is it like, oh, today you were too much? Like what?
It's we honestly have like I don't know. I think we talked about this.
I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay,
No.
You remember? We were in an outing one day all together. And then I told you that sometimes we send each other these notes about the topics that we need to talk about.
The WhatsApp conversation.
Yes. So on WhatsApp, we have these things. All right, there is the hot topics that we need to discuss. This.
Oh, you guys. I love you guys. They're so great.
Oh, man. I know this is a bit funny, but yeah, we have these hot topics. That is like 1, 2, 3, and it will be like short words. All right. For example, your gym. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about something else. 1, 2, 3, and then if there is a topic that we need like a proper sit down, then we'll put it in our shared calendar. That this is a check-in, or we have set of rules and a set of like we call it rules. This is how we call it, set of rules, and we always have to check in and have that like discussion, both of us, give that piece of paper. Are we doing this? No. Well, okay, we need to fix this a little bit and keep doing it. So I think
you basically have your values kind of listed down and you're like, are we aligned with this one? yes or
Yes.
no, or like on a scale of
Or
0 to
we
10 or
deviated
something.
a little bit. Yes, we need to get it back on track. And this happens, I would say, every maybe 3 months. We have this kind of check-ins. And if there is like a pressing matter that we feel that, oh, no, we need to sit down now.
South,
So this is the urgent one that we need to like
really
go and do it. Yeah.
I love your little meeting agenda. But I mean, this type of like, it's kind of like a, just like, what is it called? Like a alignment session. You're like checking if you're still doing what you said you wanted to be doing.
I like that word, alignment. It is an alignment session.
Yeah.
And actually, Mira used that word a lot. We need to align everything that we do to that. That's actually the right word. You're spot on this one. Alignment. It is an alignment session. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because one of the things that I do use with some clients, I don't think we ever did this kind of work, is that you like outline your values and then you rate yourself how aligned with your values you are.
With your values, yeah.
So for example, if someone is like, family is really important, but they live super far away from their family and they never call them, then you kind of, rate yourself a little bit lower on that one. And then you can kind of think about some actions like you can do to help yourself be more aligned. Because usually we are happy and satisfied when we are pretty in line with our values, and it can 100%. Go pretty south. But
I agree with you.
But what you guys are doing is actually being each other accountability partner, like to be able to keep on track with those values. So it's just like, mirroring each other, just saying, hey, I've noticed, we haven't been doing this, and this, or we're straight off with this particular value.
Yeah. And honestly, if there is just something I may add to this, it's just we need to have full trust in each other, because I know with partners, sometimes partners get offended by, oh, you didn't do that. And then it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes we're guilty of doing this, but you need to have full trust in your partner to work with your partner as one team. Or that person, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's your manager, or maybe it's your coach. Just have trust in that person, that when they tell you, by the way, this has happened, then have trust in that. Again, follow the process and don't get your ego in the way. And I was like, oh no, I didn't do that. No, it's just take it easy, listen, accept, reflect, and then do your action.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also, most of the times if you do end up having conflicts about it, it's if it's not your own stated goals. So like if you were being corrected at something that's not your value, then you would probably be like, hey, like off my back with this.
Well, yes.
Whereas you have already said, like, I want to be better at this, and this. Can you help me monitor these things? Then you've allowed someone to come in and look over your shoulder, and then you have signed up for their opinions on it.
Yes. You can't back down now.
You can't back down. Never. No, that's really cool. I really like that. I think I need to incorporate this. We'll see if we can add this into the mutual calendar with them. We'll see.
Yep. It will help. I promise you. Knowing you two, it will help.
I'm like, I learned this from Ayman and Mira. Babe. You were in on this a little bit in the beginning, but if you got to pick what you would be remembered for, what would that be?
Honestly, as I told you, I wish, I don't think I've reached that yet, but I think, or I hope that after a long time, if I will be remembered, I will be remembered that person that changed the status quo. He didn't just do the norm. No, he did something different. And even if I didn't succeed doing this, but at least someone will take this and continue and then prove it. And don't accept the status quo. Challenge everything you see. Don't just do the norm. Get outside of this and do something different. Challenge. That's it. Yeah, challenge, I hope someone
challenge everyone and everything. It sounds like you're at the world.
Yeah. No, I think I hate boxing things and it's meant to happen this way. But why?
Yeah.
Why? We can find a way. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. I get you, but we might find something different, something better. This is how we evolve and do different things and better things.
Yep.
Or we will be riding horses till now with no cars if we didn't change.
I wouldn't complain about that though. Horses are really nice.
Same here. We love horses. I understand.
But no, totally. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Ayman, for your time. It's been a
you're most welcome,
pleasure.
Nick. Anytime.
So good. I really hope that someone listens to this and gets inspired.
Yeah, I hope so too. If it's beneficial to anyone, I'm more than happy. That's it. Then check, done. I'm happy. Satisfied.
Then you'll be
fulfilled.
remembered for that one. Awesome.
All right.